Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now May 11th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm, and exactly how they are going to handle the movies and the TV shows moving forward throughout this entire decade. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that they are now in a position of damage control and, of course, a phase of desperation to really regain the lost fans from those who were very unhappy with the sequel trilogy movies, especially The Last Jedi, right? Ever since that movie released back in December of 2017, we've seen a steady decline in the franchise and how strong it really is in comparison to the pre-The Last Jedi era, where a lot of Star Wars fans were very much open to the possibility of what Episode 8 and 9 could have been at the time. So now, with that being said, Disney's CEO, of course, Bob Chaypek and Bob Iger helping out in the mix. They're both working very hard to really evolve the franchise, to really mark it on the same level as the MCU eventually, which it's going to take a couple of years to even get that started. There's no denying that. It's going to take quite a while to really get the ball rolling again, to get Star Wars to where it was before Disney kind of screwed up with The Last Jedi. Now, on top of all of this, obviously Iger and Chaypek, they're also focusing on the MCU. They're not just focusing on Star Wars. They're working closely with Kevin Feige to improving the MCU, and the same exact thing goes as follows with Lucasfilm handling Star Wars moving forward. Now, on top of all of this, with both Disney and Lucasfilm now finished with the Skywalker saga, they are currently focused on the new trilogy of films, as well as the new Star Wars universe that will involve numerous projects for Disney Plus alone. Now, it's explained that both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are working together as a team in order to provide a better and brighter future for the franchise. Their main priority for now are a series of TV shows for Disney Plus, one of which is explained to be the Rise of Skywalker animated sequel series for Disney Plus that they plan to release sometime in 2022 or 23 that will show Rey's new Jedi Order and a brand new Skywalker in the mix, where it's explained that the series is set to introduce the concept of time travel that will be a key component for Rey learning the ways of the ancient Jedi throughout the worlds between worlds, and that the Force ghosts of the past, such as both Luke Skywalker and Anakin, will play a major role in the series as her teachers. Anakin Skywalker is said to get a major redesign in the TV show, where he will appear as if he is in his early 70s, an original idea by JJ for The Rise of Skywalker, with a more wise appearance for the fans. It's explained that also the Wills will be a major part of the series, and the explanation of the origins of the galaxy will have a major impact on how fans will view the Force. Now, the Wills are godlike beings that created the entire galaxy. The series is set to demystify aspects of the Force and will even bring in new dark side users from another galaxy that will actually become the new foe for both Rey, Luke, and Anakin. George Lucas, Jon Favreau, and Dave Filoni plan to bring back Luke and Anakin Skywalker to life temporarily to face the return of Emperor Palpatine in the series that will be in the form of a spirit, however within the body of the Dark Acolyte. The animation style is best described as near similar to the cutscenes of the Old Republic and Battlefront 2 combined, with a more clear look, and that the cast of the sequel trilogy is in the talks to reprise their roles as the characters by providing facial scans and voiceover work for the series eventually in the future that will begin production sometime in 2021 next year. Now, Disney is also focused on the Star Wars Rebels sequel series, that, of course, this Episode 9 sequel series is also described to be a cross between live action and animation, of course, what defines the bridge of storytelling on a visual note. Additionally, it's noted that they have been in the talks with Ian McDiarmid to come back to do the voiceover of Palpatine once he returns in the animated series, where the series is actually described to have a format where each season goes throughout different ages and timelines in the future that will eventually reach the new Skywalker dubbed as Zane Skywalker and another, Kira Skywalker, the son and daughter of Rey. So, what really does impress me the most about this is the fact that they are going to be bringing back Palpatine, Luke, and Anakin in one specific part of the actual series, temporarily speaking. They're not going to come back to life forever. This is just a temporary thing using the power of the Wills in order to take down the Sith once and for all. This is essentially copying the EU, and in the EU, I don't know if you guys knew, Palpatine died 2 times, besides the death on the second Death Star. So, in the Dark Empire comic line. He died, of course, by use of the Force Storm that he created, and then again by one of the Jedi that actually traps his spirit within him before he goes into the Netherworld as he dies, dragging the spirit into the Netherworld of the Force. So that's how he died in the EU. Now, that, of course, is going to be reflected on in this series, where he comes back in the form of a spirit, however, in the form of a dark acolyte body. He's actually inside the body. This was the original idea for The Rise of Skywalker. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.